Top of the morning, everybody. Alan Dickey here, and this is your Saturday morning sales meeting. Listen, it's Saturday. It's time to sell some cars. It's time to make that paycheck, all right? Most importantly, it's time to understand you're going to make that paycheck by serving the clients and customers that are coming through your doors. Check my speak. It's not customers, they're buyers. Make a decision from jump today. Now, look, I want to cover three things that are going to close a car deal for you today, all right? So dial in, listen up, take an extra swig of that coffee like I just did, and let's get ready to rock. There's three things you're going to do today, all right? Now, there's a ton of things you're going to do today as far as your entire sales process, but I really want to key in on these three. When it comes time to identifying the vehicle and you're presenting the product, just before you're about to take the test drive, I want all of you to show everything. Write it down, okay? If you don't have a piece of paper, write it on your hand. If you don't have a pen, you're not prepared. And remember, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. Come prepared to these meetings. But what I want you to do is I want you to show everything, all right? I cannot state it enough that during my career, even today when I'm inside of dealerships and I get to take a turn with a customer, I cannot stress enough, show everything. You have no idea what is going to activate your clients. There's a number of opportunities to activate them, but I'm especially talking about the features and benefits of everything that the product you're showing them has to offer. Listen, started my career 25 years ago almost, right? I remember we had, for all the old dogs out there, we had a safari van, okay? GMC safari van or Chevy Astro. And this is in the mid-90s. We had these trucks, and maybe into the 2000s, who knows? Anyway, on the radio, they had this little dial. It was a little gadget like this, and you could turn it, and this would change where the speakers would play music from. You know, you could put it to the rear, you could put it to the front, to this side, to that side. I'll never forget being in a demonstration with a customer, and I just believed and committed to showing everything. I was going to show you how the mirrors work, because who knew if that is what was going to activate you. But sure enough, I put the radio on with this one particular customer, and literally I just did this. I said, hey, look how cool this is. And as the music was playing, I just started to rotate this in a circle, and the music was going through the entire vehicle just like that. The way the customer's face lit up, you would have thought that he was there to buy a stereo and not an automobile. Sure enough, that particular individual spends a lot of time in his vehicle. The music, whatever he's listening to was important, and that made him go like this to, wow. I don't know if that alone is what sold the car. It may have been the straw that broke the camel's back. It may have been the thing that put it over the top, over the edge. I remember another time I was selling a van, a Chevy Venture van. Yes, I came up in the GM world for a good season of my career. And I remember I was showing a vehicle to a couple. And while I'm sitting there with the couple, you know, we got to the back of the vehicle and I pointed out something that I thought was of great value. I said, hey, you know, to whichever one of you ends up doing the shopping on the weekend, you know, when you're running around, loading the thing up with groceries, etc., one of the things you're going to notice with this particular van compared to the competition is the lip at the very back of the trunk. You know, the size or the height difference from where the groceries and other things in your trunk are going to sit to having to lift them up. It's very small here. A lot of the other competition's products, it's quite deep, and you can find yourself in a tough situation where you're reaching to lift a grocery bag, for example, up. Could pull your back, could hurt yourself. You're really going to enjoy how easy this is. As I demonstrated that simple feature, which was really nothing. I mean, in the grand scheme of the entire vehicle, the lady who was there, she piped up right away and said, oh my God, that's what happened to me just a couple weeks ago. You remember when I hurt my back? You can't make this stuff up. Here's the point, folks. Show everything. The amount of features and benefits that are on the vehicles you're going to be showing today are through the roof. They're limitless. There is no shortage of things to talk to, and you have no idea what's going to activate your customer. I can't stress it enough, and I want to move on. Show everything today. Second thing, here's the second of three tips I'm going to give you that are going to close today. Go on the drive, folks. Far too many sales representatives do not value the importance of going on the test drive, all right? On the test drive, it is not just about, oh, you know, I love sales representatives. No, they wanted to go by themselves. Who suggested that? You're the professional here who should know that vehicle inside and out, and this is another opportunity for you to show everything, right? It's also an opportunity when you're on that test drive to have conversations, natural dialogue where nobody's feeling stressed at the desk, you know, when payments are being presented, so they start to tighten up and not talk as much. Test drive's a great opportunity where they're focused on the road. That's the majority of their focus. So as you start to have subtle conversation, you're going to get some good valuable insight and information. How does the vehicle feel, sir? How do you notice that the blind spots are really wide open here? It's great to see everything. Real safe when you're driving it. Don't you feel that way, sir? Hey, what do you think about the radio? Radio sounds good, right? I love listening to the tunes as well when I'm driving. Again, there is no shortage of opportunities to speak to the amazing things on the vehicle, to continue to show everything, as well as just have a natural conversation with your client. I cannot stress enough how many times I was in the car deal on the test drive, and that's where little subtle concerns showed up that I was able to address before a mountain became an anthill, or an anthill became a mountain, right? Before they were on their own on the test drive, seeing or thinking a bunch of little things that ultimately built up to something bigger than it actually was, and had them coming into the dealership saying, hey, thanks for everything. I'm going to think about this. You want to be on the test drive. On the test drive, I cannot stress enough how many deals are closed on the test drive. Get on the test drive. Again, it supports the first principle of showing everything, but number two, it's going to afford you an opportunity to have a natural conversation, natural dialogue with your client, which could reveal any of the potential hiccups or perceived challenges that the client might be thinking or experiencing. It'll give you a chance to overcome them, so you roll right back into the dealership to serve up some amazing payment information and close. Finally, in case you can't tell, in the theme of this entire meeting, folks, ACE, attitude, conviction, and energy. You've heard it before. A decision is going to be made on this opportunity. Your client's going to decide that they don't need the solution to their perceived challenge that you're currently offering, or you're going to make a decision that you've got the exact thing that's going to solve their perceived challenge, the exact reason they showed up to the dealership to begin with, and you are going to solve a problem, serve that customer, close and deliver a unit, and lastly, generate a commission. These are decisions, folks. Every single day you show up to the dealership, right now, you have decided whether your day is going to go good or whether your day is going to suck along with your paycheck. I want to encourage all of you, make a decision. When you know your product, when you do the right process, you do the right meet and greet, you identify the perceived challenges of your client, and then you constantly overcome them with all the wonderful solutions that your vehicle provides, you have got nothing but a recipe to close. So again, as a recap on this glorious Saturday, folks, number one, show everything. When you're demonstrating these vehicles, show everything. You have no idea what's going to really activate your customer and put your product over the competition's. Number two, get on the test drives, folks. Let's stop being lazy. All right, 6 cars. If you're selling 6 cars a month trying to talk about the customer didn't want you to be on the test drive, you're the problem. And I want to remind you, with all the positivity in the world, you're the solution. Get on the test drive, have those conversations, unearth their concerns, and solve them before you come back into the building. Finally, number 3, attitude, conviction, and energy, folks. You know what it is. Make a decision to close today. Make a decision to be of value to your client. Make a decision to serve up all of the solutions that they could possibly be seeking for the perceived challenges they came through the door with this morning, and then offer them up to them. Show them how easy it is to do business at ABC Motors. Extend your hand and welcome them to the ABC Motors family. It is that easy to win in this business. That's it, folks. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This has been your Saturday morning sales meeting. Let's go out, let's crush, let's close, and let's make it a great day. We'll talk to you soon.